Today's video is all about time. So what does time basically mean? Time is a precious commodity and extremely important amana from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Proper utilization of time leads to success in this world and eternal bliss in the hereafter. Since time is limited in our lives, we must utilize it in the best possible manner so that we can attain eternal success. This message is especially for young generations. There is nothing called free time. You are a young person and you are our ummah, and these young ummahs must constantly be working to make a society better. You don't have time. You have time for nothing useless. You don't have time to play video games. You don't have time to watch new movies. You don't have time to be a superhero. You don't have time for modern warfare. You don't have time. You only have time for doing the most important things. Hold yourself to a higher standard, and especially during this time, quarantine, you have the best opportunity to utilize your time in the best ways you can. Tell me your honest answers in the comment section below now. In what do you spend most of your time? Let me guess, most of you wrote social media. Well, is it? Faster and easier communication, quicker now than ever before thanks to social media. However, social media use can also negatively affect us, distracting, disturbing sleeps, and getting us exposed to bullying, rumor spreading, unrealistic views of other people's lives, and peer pressure. As humans, social interaction is essential to every aspect of our health. Thinking of it reminds me of how do we use our social media. Are we honest to ourselves that we use it in the right way? Think of it and question yourself how we use social media. Watching movies, listening to songs, putting likes on Facebook and Instagram unnecessarily. Well, do you all know that how dangerous is social media to all of us, especially for young generations and youth? Well, have you ever thought about it? Making friends on Instagram and Facebook without knowing who they are. We have good as well as bad people around us. Trusting everyone and believing is not always good, and sometimes they are quite dangerous. The practice of accepting unknown friends, making information like personal details, pictures and posts available to strangers, posting hacking and information risks. It's one of the most dangerous things you can do on there. Strangers as friends is simply not a good idea for several reasons, and it's quite risky for us Muslim youths. We must stay away from talking to the opposite gender through social media, as we don't know who's behind the screen doing what. We can't trust everyone. We accept people and talk to them. They are strangers to us. The problem is youth is made up of both guys and girls, but we are all friends. Protest the sister when you as a brother bringing up the issue, so you think about it and agree, because after all you say she's like a sister to me. Phrase here, sister like a sister to me. She isn't really a sister, which means that there is a limitation in how you relate to her. Nowadays, under the guise of Islamic brotherhood and sisterhood, many are unfortunately committing sins in the name of friendship. Islam, however, does not permit such close relationship between non-mahrams. What's so wrong about it? That question is usually followed by excuse after excuse, yet each reason that is always given has many flaws. Non-mahram friends are not permitted in Islam, no matter how much one may try to justify them by saying, but it's a normal thing these days. Everyone is best friends with a person of the opposite gender these days, so what's the big deal if we go with the flow? The big deal is that it's wrong, just because everyone else is doing something that doesn't make it right. Brothers and sisters who are not mahram to each other are not supposed to interact when there is no point in doing so, and any interaction that takes place is supposed to be done with a professional manner. Also, we need to realize that being Muslim doesn't make us immune to falling into sin. Just because a sister wears a headscarf and covers her face well, and a brother has a beard who looks really religious, does not make it okay for them to become friends. There is no truth to this fashion of non-mahrams being just good friends. Getting into such tainted friendship will only cause problems on multiple levels. A person may be able to control their thoughts and desires, but after repeatedly meeting a non-mahram in an unstructured setting to spend time as friends, the battle against the self becomes increasingly difficult. We are taught to surround ourselves with friends who inspire us to strive to get even closer to Allah, not with those because of whom we fall risking into sin. Brothers and sisters, if we have any acquaintances or friends from the opposite gender, let's make sure from now on to stop all kinds of interactions with them through any means of actual or virtual on Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, Instagram, Snapchat, and avoid being in their company alone with immediate effect as we seek Allah's pleasure and protection from His wrath. But if you're really sincere to Allah and really care about entering into Islam wholeheartedly as Allah wants you to, then surely you could care nothing about all they have to say. And remember, leaving anything for the sake of Allah will get rewarded abundantly here in this world and in the hereafter, inshallah. May the Almighty help us and you in our firm resolve. Ameen.